Hey everyone, welcome to PopXP. And before the show starts, make sure to click that subscribe button and click the bell to get notifications when we go live and we upload awesome new content. And don't forget, if you can, make sure to share our stream on all your social media outlets. We appreciate it, and thanks for helping us grow the PopXP channel.
What's up, everybody? Billy Tucci here, your old pal. Bedhead Billy, actually, because I should have done my hair. Wait a minute, I see somebody else in here, but he don't look like he got no bedhead. Dr. B, what's up?
What's going on, Billy?
Good
morning.
Thank you for joining me early this morning.
Dude, man, I was up and at 'em.
Excellent. It's so funny you said up and at him because I butt dialed Adam Post early this morning.
Did he answer?
He called me and he left a message. Let me see what I did. And I'm like, oh, I think he called. He's like, what the hell did you call me for? And then he says, yeah, no problem, my man. I always keep the sale in the other room. Always keep the sale in the other. I don't know what that means, but
he keeps his cell phone in the other room.
Oh, the cell. Okay, the cell in the other room. All right, yeah. So I don't know what time I butt dialed, maybe an hour ago or so. But
hey, Candace, I'm doing well, thank you.
What's that?
Candace said, "How am I feeling today?"
Oh, how are you feeling today, Dr. Blevins?
Man, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I was feeling pretty good yesterday too. Got some, we had some bad news here with the PopXP family, which we can't really go into, but but yeah, man. So I've been up all night having people in my thoughts and prayers already.
Yeah. Yep.
So kind of crazy. But,
yeah, it is crazy time, and especially now with the silly season, this is the season for rejoicing and all, and it just stinks when there's reality. Reality doesn't take a holiday, does it, Dr. Blevins?
Man, reality doesn't give an F.
No F's given from reality.
They ran out of F's a long time ago.
Yeah, they did. So I'm sitting there drawing. I'm like, I gotta do some work. We finally, I started to try to clean the house because for those of you who backed our Return of the Warrior, our Child is Born comics, and our New York Comic Con stuff. My house, dude, we got to get this office done. I gotta be able to build, at my garage. I have that big exterior garage. I'm going to take half of it and turn it into a little fulfillment office.
Sounds great.
So, so we got to do well in this campaign so I can do that because Debbie is not happy.
So what are you drawing at 9 o'clock in the morning?
I'm drawing. Thank you for that. I'm actually drawing. Well, I think I'm adding 2 extra pages to at least one. It was supposed to be a double page spread, but it didn't have the impact that I wanted for this very pivotal scene of the comic. So I might be adding a page or two to the end comic because I redrew these pages because I wasn't really 100% happy with it. I thought it was good. But I'm like, I think this can be better. So I started fuddling with it over the weekend or the past couple of, I don't know, I might have been fuddling with it all week. And hot damn, I'm like, you know what? This could be a lot better. So now I'm looking at it and drawing it. I actually got up early this morning, about 6:30. I actually got up at 5 because I'm like, I think I'm going to go hunting. But I'm like, I'm not going hunting. Frig it. And so I didn't go hunting. But I started thinking, and that's never a good thing. Well, I guess it is a good thing when you start thinking, isn't it, Dr. Blevins? Because I started thinking a whole new scene. So
nice.
No spoilers.
No spoilers, man.
So I'm drawing it now and I'm loving it. How it's coming out. So I got to finish that today, but then we got to clean the house. We got to go get start throwing. I probably have 50. If I was telling you this, 50 cardboard boxes, empty cardboard boxes, or not 50, maybe 30, all over the foyer of the house when you first walk in. All over the kitchen and all over our dining room / living room. So I gotta fix that, man. I gotta clean that up. Gotta organize those books, and then we gotta get stuff ready.
Billy. I mean, I'll tell you this. Probably don't need to tell you on stream, but from when I closed the store down, I have like 40 brand spanking new sheets of slat wall that you can mount up on your wall on your interior area. It looks like little slats you put all the shelves and stuff.
Yeah,
in.
sure, yeah.
Like it's they go for like $100 a sheet.
Jeez.
And I mean, like I don't know how you would get them if you had somebody that could drive to come get them or whatever. But then you buying them, and you could have some slat wall to put up in your in your fulfillment.
With those, by putting those shelves up, are they strong enough to hold? Because
man, you mount them directly to the support beams. Like, man, I've had boxes of comic books sitting on them for years.
That's what I'm gonna have to do.
Absolutely, man. They just go straight on. You mount them onto the wall. They're it's a big giant sheet of wood that has slat in it, and you put the little shelves into it. But yeah, absolutely, they hold.
What color are they?
They're white.
Oh, see, that's what I like that. I like that. Yeah. Man, let's talk about that afterwards.
Yeah,
I'll see how much it costs. See if it's cost effective, because it's going to be 10 by 25. The little office. So we'll have a desk in there or two, a nice table going down the center, and then we're putting in a pair of French doors so we get some nice light.
How tall?
It's it's real tall. It's probably it's a 10 feet high, I guess.
Because the sheets are 4 foot tall and 8 foot wide.
4 foot tall.
Two on.
Yeah, double them up. Yeah, triple them up.
Yeah, you can stack them on top of each other. Like put one on the ground and put the other one right above it.
Okay. Well, listen. Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna play a little Christmas music while we're talking. Is that all right with
definitely. You? Yeah. Well, I tell you what. I want to talk about how you're like $636 away from $72,000.
Yeah, this is great, huh? In 2 weeks, not too bad. A little over 2 weeks, obviously. But let me refresh it.
72,000. That's this many.
And over 900 backers, 913 backers. So a little Swan Lake. Whoa, we're even more. Look at that,
man, dude. $203, man.
$3 away from 72K. Thank you, guys. 222 back. We're gonna have to do a celebration for hitting the 1,000 backers, man.
That's right.
Is that too loud? My little.
Man, so symbolism is really big with you, Billy. Like in all your comics, like just the whole, you can see the symbols in the background that are above the ghosts and stuff in that picture. I am curious though, and I don't know why I've not noticed this before, but is there a significance to these 4 purple diamonds on Hotaro's outfit?
No. No, there isn't. Nope.
Oh, sad.
It was just it's just a classic Japanese design motif. Damn, I should have made something up. I could have made some up on the spot, but I'm not.
Dude, you could have been like, "Oh, Dr. Blevins, you don't know. I can't tell you about it now."
No. So we're looking at here so for our 75K stretch goal, which we will hopefully be $3,000 away by the end of today. Everyone's going to get a Ready for Battle mini print. What do you think of that?
Yeah, dude, that's a great picture, primarily because of the duck stick. But
yeah, what what'd you say?
I mean,
it's no duck.
I mean, it's a great. I mean, again, like she's like no armor, and he's like, no man, I just cut it into my chest. Like what's up?
Look at my chest. I can't explain what happens though in that, but you'll see.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
So there's our thing, man. That's it. So this is our new. We're doing really well. We sold 40 of our rough cut editions already. Thank you guys. I love the rough cut editions.
Yeah, when I see artwork that you done like this, it makes me mad. It makes me mad about how super extremely talented you are and how super extremely talented I am not.
Well, you're talented in other ways, not just scribbling on,
Yeah, again, that print is just
look at all these things we unlocked. So we look at 75K, man, then 80K, what could it be? 85K, 90, 100, 110, 120. We got plans, Dr. Blevins. We got plans.
I can't wait.
Everyone's already got the book is now expanded to 56 pages, which I'm going to need. Temporary tattoo. I'm going to get the first ever sheet temporary tattoo. Our first trading card, which is our gold metallic Sakura Moon trading card. The Jody Brosis trading card, our second trading card. And now we're going to get this sticker, this 5-inch vinyl sticker. Hot damn.
And then the duck sticker?
The duck sticker might have to be one of these, buddy. Might have to be 120. What?
All hail the power of the duck sticker.
All hail the power of the duck stick. And then we'll do the Debbie Tucci trading card, the Debbie Tucci cosplayer. We got to come up with a cool name because she wasn't cosplaying. She was posing for me. So like the Debbie Tucci strike a pose. Right? I don't know.
That's right.
Trading card. This is from the Nutcracker.
The Debbie Vogue.
Christmas. I mean, it definitely is Christmas, but I want some traditional Christmas music. Oh, they're going to play an ad.
Beauty's where you find it, Billy.
What's that, homie?
I said the Debbie Tucci Vogue cover or the Vogue.
Dude, I have a Debbie Tucci. I have Debbie posing.
Beauty's where you find it.
Vogue. I can find it. She looks so cute.
Beauty's where you find it.
And this, everyone, is our copyright-free Christmas music.
See you later, Candace. Hey, Ronaldo.
Ronaldo Torres in it?
Yes, sir.
What's up, buddy?
We came to see you this early in the morning.
Well, over there by him, he's 12 hours ahead of us. He's in the Philippines. There's Debbie striking a pose.
Strike a pose. There's nothing to it. Vogue.
She's got a hat on. We were up in Rhinebeck, and she put this hat on. I'm like, strike a pose, and then that was like 1990 when Vogue was popular.
See you later, Mogwai.
30 years ago. Holy cow.
30 years ago.
30 years ago. Oh, so I got this. We got to see which one's going to be our trading card because we got with her head up or head down. I'm going to have to do with the head down. We got to see. I'll ask her which one she likes better. Where's Debbie striking a pose? You can handle the chat, Dr. B, while I'm looking for this.
Yeah. Rocket and Jet says, Billy, put on some WBAB.
What? WBAB. I'd love to put on some WBAB, but I can't stream with it on. That's our local rock station, man. That's WBAB Babylon. Where is she? Striking a pose. She's probably one of our other photo albums. Oh, well.
I wonder if Dr. Crowley is an actual doctor.
Oh, hang on, buddy. It's a little loud, ain't it? The Christmas music. Is it a little loud?
I can barely hear it.
Okay, good then. Okay. Ronaldo Torres, the genius behind this gorgeous ride. Let me find it. Hang on. Where's my page? Got my Christmas music on, so.
I don't know if you know.
Ronaldo did the Ryzen image. Look at that. And this is not the final version, which I got to take down and put up his final version.
Because you forgot the drums.
Yeah, I forgot the dang drums. I didn't think I could fit those drums in. He's like, you're supposed to have drums. I'm like, yeah, I know. I just couldn't fit it in. And then he added it.
Hey, we got Drawing Aces in the chat.
Dude, I like that, Drawing Aces. That's a cool name.
Yeah, Drawing Aces is definitely a great name.
So how was your night, Dr. Blevins? What'd you do last night?
Man, I got invited to be on a quick the end of Doug TeNaples' post because his Orthrum gym shut down, and I got to show off this, which I don't know if I've even shown you or not, but I got this the Greg and Tim Hildebrandt Clash of the Titans cover of the Laserdisc.
Excellent.
I don't know if you've seen that one or not.
I did not see that one. I love that. I love the Hildebrandts. Greg Hildebrandt will be on the PopXP Tuesday, bro.
That's why I got it. And then also, Booyah!
Shut up.
Brand new in the
wow. Now that's an Amsel drawing, right? I think Amsel did that.
I believe so. Have you seen?
He did the art.
Man, have you seen Alex Ross's Flash Gordon stuff?
I have seen Alex Ross's.
Then I tried to get a print. Man, just wasn't happening. Wasn't happening. Tried my best. Couldn't get it anywhere. I keep missing out. Nice.
Rocket and Jet. So who's Rocket and Jet? How do you know BAB? I don't know. That's like one of my cousins or something. So I'm going to be streaming a lot this week because I have to do commissions. So I got a lot of I've been doing commissions, but I'm going to stream them while I'm doing the commissions, and I have to do a couple of she's, and the camera will be on the drawing. So I'll be sitting there drawing during the day. Go on a stream for an hour or so while I do it. And
if I'm free, if you want me to come handle the chat, I don't mind jumping on.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, I mean, definitely, I'd love to have you on.
So I'm already going to be downstairs working on the studio down here, so it's going to look pretty sexy, smexy.
Sexy, smexy.
That's right.
Sexy, smexy studio. So, Dr. B, we talked about doing with the PopXP crew, doing a little hog hunting. Is that going to happen? Do you think we could do that next year, maybe?
Man, dude, we can do it whenever. Like, I'm waiting on you guys. Like,
your dad was saying that. Yeah, I don't know if they do it, but then you send me them pictures.
Yeah, dude, my brother just killed a hog on his land in South Carolina.
Man, I used to live in Haikyo. All right, I grew up in North Babylon.
My dad's supposed to be coming and visiting for Christmas, and he's bringing me a whole bunch of hog meat.
There you go, buddy. That's what I want to do because I got a couple of buddies invited me to do a hog hunt down in Florida, and it's really the experience of hanging out with your friends and all. But it's like $500 a hog or something.
Yeah,
and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm doing you a favor killing these hogs. I got to pay you to do you a favor and help you out.
Man, they have this. So in between Jacksonville and Sherwood, which is the city right outside North Little Rock, they had this big giant area called the Bean Fields, and it's like it was like 1,200 acres of land that was just not ever used, just sitting off over to the side. Well, they decided to sell it, and it's part of Jacksonville, which is where I'm from, and what ends up happening is there's some people trying to get it annexed away from the city. Like they want to de-annex it away so that they could hunt on it. And they want to put duck blinds and have duck hunting right outside of my city. So, man, it's looking pretty awesome.
Yeah, there you go. I haven't gone duck hunting yet just because I've been chasing them deer. And it's been a little dry, I got to tell you. It's been a little dry these past couple of weeks. Well, been very dry. I haven't seen a damn thing. A dang thing. I'm not happy about it.
Man,
not happy about it at all.
You got that notification that one day to let you know that son of Buck was out there, like ready to get shot up.
The great grandson to my big but he was out there at 11:30 at night. They're all nocturnal.
So his dad is like your Moby Dick.
Well, I got that deer, but his grandson is like my Moby Dick now.
Oh man, well.
But then that's a no buck. There was another buck that when I went hunting, not 3 Sundays ago, not last Sunday, the one, but maybe 2 Sundays ago. No, 3 Sundays ago, and I drew him in. I had him. I had my doe decoy. I had my estrus, my doe estrus, and but it was 50-mile-per-hour winds, and I'm up in this tree like this, swaying. But I'm like, it's a good day, and he came within 15 yards, maybe more, maybe 10 yards, and I'm at my thing, and I drew on him, and that wind was a south wind, and it just blew my arrow right off the. Yep. As soon as I started to draw, it blew the arrow right off the rest. So it bounced here, it stayed on the string. So I had to push it back, drop, disengage my bow, let off on my bow, and then unhook my release because it goes on a loop on the string, so you can pull. It's a 65-pound draw weight on the bow, and then I had to go like this real slow and put the arrow back on the rest.
Yeah, you didn't want that razor blade to come pop you in the neck.
Yeah, it was far. It hit me over there. So then I had to click it again, and as soon as I did that, he saw me. I mean, like I said, he's probably 12 yards away. He looked up. Gone, like Donkey Kong. What I should have done, because he stopped and looked at me, because I was like that, I should have just drew real quick. Right quick, because he ran anyway.
One of these days, Ishmael, you'll get him.
One day.
How's it going, Daniel?
Yeah, look at that. See, Ronaldo knows he hears a wild hogs are crazy. And yeah, Texas Hill Country. I got friends who live out there in Fredericksburg. My partner is actually my two partners on Apostle Arts. And we went axis deer hunting down there. And it was so funny that usually the axis deer come by watering holes. You have water holes, like watering things, like big vats of water for the drinking, for the cattle and everything,
Right.
But it rained for like 2 weeks straight, and they weren't coming to the watering hole, so we had to like chase them and try to find them, and we didn't get to them. But I'd love an axis. I'd love to go back there and get myself an axis deer. So maybe next year, maybe next fall, right? Well, axis you can hunt all year. So maybe because they breed all year and they have their antlers and stuff. So maybe next, maybe 2021, maybe in like January, February 2021, I can get down there, get myself a beautiful axis deer. And it's supposed to be really great eating. But I got to get me a hog, Dr. Blevins. Una needs some hog meat too.
He's not, you haven't seen any rut? Like, he's not been rutting up against trees and stuff, has he? Like, it's not that time yet, right?
Oh yeah, it's definitely. Now they're locked down with the does. Oh yeah, there's scrapes everywhere. Scrapes and rubs, or scrapes are when they scrape the ground and they pee in it to mark the territory, and the rubs are on the trees. I can show you some photos, man, of him, the one that's in my area, and he's just tearing trees up. But I'm gonna see if I can do it this afternoon. I don't know if I can now, just because we got to go set. We didn't get our Christmas tree yet. So like,
get a real Christmas tree. Y'all go get the real ones.
Yeah, we get real every year. We get a real tree. I think I even suggested Debbie. What if we get a fake tree? And she just gave me the Debbie look.
Like, why are you being blasphemous? We need real trees.
That's right. That's pretty much what it was. So,
What's up, Cheech?
So Debbie and I watched Quigley Down Under last night. Did you ever see that?
Oh my God, dude, man, I love that movie.
What a great movie,
dude! Tom Selleck was incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it was just it was a great movie, and the ending, how incredible was that?
Yep. What a good movie, man. What a good Laura G and Carlo, Laura San G and Carlo.
Yeah.
And as soon as she got on, Debbie said, $50, Grandpa, for 75, the wife can watch. I don't know if you ever saw that in Pretty Woman, because she played like one of the hookers. Her name was Kit or something like that. I don't know if you remember that.
I do not remember her from that.
Oh, yeah. She was sitting there, and these people are staring at them, and then she's like, $50, Grandpa. For 75, the wife can watch. It was funny. You had to be there, Dr. Blevins.
I guess.
Back in the 90s, man, or like 1990 or whenever that movie came out. You had to be there. Those were the days, man. Those were the days.
Alan Rickman, that was fresh off of Die Hard, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's before Robin Hood, right?
Oh, it was definitely before Robin Hood.
Good old Alan.
Brother.
That Alan Rickman was supposed to be like the sweetest guy in the world.
Yeah.
They play villains all the time.
It'll hurt more, you twit.
Yeah, you twit. Yeah, with the spoon. Yeah, that's right.
Dude, when he took the knife and he cut Alan Rickman's face, like, and then like later on they have the statue and it has the mark on the statue. Do you remember that when they were making the sheriff of Nottingham statue and he put the cut on the statue?
I don't remember that. Who did?
The guy making the statue. He walks by the statue and he looks at it and he keeps walking and he stops and he looks back and it's got the cut mark on the face.
Because Robin Hood marked his face up?
No, the guy making the statue, I think, made.
Oh, he just did it. He just gave it. Oh, that's funny.
It was pretty good.
So let me see, man. So what else has got? So so we did that. We drank some wine, got some pizza, watched it, and it was good, man. Real good. Very fun movie to watch. And let me see what else. And then I came back and I worked a little bit last night. Got this campaign going on. That's that, man. I'm loving how this is going. We planned our stretch goals last night. Like I said, we always working. and try to put all the comics we have left, which isn't a lot, obviously.
ABC,
like
man.
What?
ABC, always be campaigning.
Always be campaigning. Hey, man, you got to go to work.
ABC, man.
Yep, you got to go to work, man. You got to push it. That's John Malin. It's like, come on, man, get in and get to work. You got to promote your stuff. Hey, that's what we're here for, Got to promote this book.
That's right.
Now we're at 172, man. Woo!
Man, it's gonna be pretty awesome.
Yeah. So what's on the agenda for today, pal?
I'm still working on the downstairs, trying to get it straight. I have so many things of laser discs I have to unpack. Did I show you this? I got these.
How many laser discs do you have?
Say what?
How many laser discs do you have?
Like 200.
Dang! I tell you, I have 125 of them, right? Maybe more, maybe 130.
Yeah, check this out. Got a Strange Academy #1 CGC.
Nice.
And they had another one, like it was buy one for a certain price, and then they're like, if you want the other one, I'll sell it to you like super cheap. So I only have to ship it to one place. I was like, done.
There you go. Yeah, I'd like to do.
I need to quit.
I'd like to get Scotty Young on the show.
Yeah,
we've had Umberto on a couple of times, and he's family, But we gotta get Scotty Young on too. I mean, right? I mean, I only read the first issue.
I've reached out to him, but I mean, I don't. I mean, I'm pretty sure he doesn't even know who I am, so I'm probably just like another fanboy that's in his inbox.
Yeah.
I tried to get it going through there, man. Don't know if you know this or not, or if you've even paid attention online, but today is Paul Jenkins' birthday.
I saw that. I saw that it was Paul Jenkins' birthday, but I'd like to do a shout out to our friends on the Facebook, and let's wish them all a happy birthday.
Yeah, I sent him a message already this morning. I'm very interested in the future slate of DC. Like come January 1, they have a whole new, kind of like their DC Rebirth or Futures End or whatever. They start off at the beginning of the year, and
yep.
Paul Jenkins is writing Arkham Knights, which is, I think.
When does that come out?
I think it comes out January 1.
Oh, really? Okay. Got to support our pal Paul Jenkins. All right, so birthdays today. We got, of course, our pal, Stan Taffel from the PopXP. Stan, who has, he's got to be one of the foremost film historians in the world. He's got a massive collection of 16 millimeter and 35 millimeter original prints, of classic films, silent films, stuff like that. Big Chaplin historian. Same with the the March of the Wooden Soldiers, horror films. And I'm just so glad Stan and I became friends this year. And I want to thank Stephen Peros. It's not his birthday. Peros' birthday is same as my niece's. It's May 5th. Isn't it funny you remember your friends' birthdays from when you were kids?
Stephen Paris' birthday is Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo, that's right.
How could you forget it's Cinco de Mayo?
That's right. That's true. Well, we were kids when I learned it. And then
dude,
Robert Gibbons, happy birthday, Robert Gibbons. Happy birthday, Valerie Burzo. Happy birthday, Jim Taylor. Again, happy birthday, Paul Jenkins. Christopher Garby, it's your birthday today, too. Valerie Jones, it's your birthday. Debbie Tucci Livingston, happy birthday. So I hope you guys all have a beautiful, wonderful Sunday birthday. I'll be working and cleaning.
Good times.
Yep, with my bedhead. Bedhead Billy in the hissy.
I'm getting I forgot to turn my phone off. I'm getting a bunch of messages already this morning.
What do you get messages so early in the morning?
Man, I was going through a bunch of my old files and stuff, and I found a whole bunch of pictures from like 5 years ago, from our friends group when we used to hang out all the time. And my friends are married and have kids and stuff now. And I found some pictures of them, and I sent them to them today. I'm like, hey, I was going through and I found these pictures. I don't know if you're interested in them. And I sent them over to them, and they just messaged me back, and they're like, man, that's awesome. So
you sent in that pictures, huh?
Yeah, pictures.
You get I think that's cool, man. Our friend Sharon Rice, she's from Texas. She says pictures.
Pictures.
I got some pictures.
Like
it's Debbie's birthday too?
Yeah, like I think I picked up
well, not my wife, Debbie. No, not my wife, Debbie. Sorry, go ahead, buddy.
I picked up the way I say pictures from Bill Cosby when he used to do the picture pages. You know, because they had the song. It's like picture pages, lots of fun with picture pages. Time to get your crayons and your pencils. You know that.
I don't know that, and don't do that anymore, please.
Do you not know what I'm talking about?
I'm kidding with you. No, I really don't know it.
What?
I don't.
And he used to, like, Bill Cosby used to draw on the show, and he had like a little magic marker that had like a persona to it, a little Sharpie that had a persona to it. Anyway, man, like
can you do Bill Cosby with the pudding?
No, not at all, man. That's Niall. Niall does all the.
That's what Niall does.
Man, Niall does all the voices.
I know.
I've been trying to tell some people, like, Doug talks with a bunch of people in the in the cartoon world and everything else like that. And I'm just like, man, if you ever get a chance, you definitely need to listen to Niall Scala do some of his voices, man. He's really good at it.
Yeah, Niall would be a great voice actor, like for animation and all. Totally.
Don't go word nerd, please. I don't know what that means.
We have to get don't go word nerd, please. I don't know.
I got nothing. I have no idea what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
Dude, Eric Von Stugel says Robin Hood talk. I missed it.
Yeah, you missed it, man. Well, my favorite film of all time is
The Adventures of
1938 Adventures of Robin Hood, starring Errol Flynn.
Yep.
That is my favorite film of all time.
Your most favorite.
Whose?
Your most favoritist.
My most favoritist. That's it. Dude, what's up with Boba Fett with the dad bod and Mandalorian?
Dude, I don't know.
I don't
know if we need a spoiler. I don't know if we need to
anymore.
I don't know if we need a spoiler.
No, don't do no spoilers because I haven't seen it yet. I just saw a photo of him, and it's going all around the interwebs.
So most of the episodes have been 45 minutes to an hour long, right? Leading all the way up to this last episode. This last episode was 29 minutes, but man, it felt like just an amazing episode.
Was it? Because I heard people saying that they were disappointed that Mandalorian's gone soft.
I don't.
Was that the last episode?
I don't think Mandalorian's gone soft.
Okay. Was that the last episode?
No, not at all.
Okay, good. So good time.
I think there's.
I'm like, you want to watch the Mandalorian? And she's like, I have no interest whatsoever to watch this.
Yeah, I think it was just episode 6. I think there's 8 episodes in the season.
Okay.
So I mean, they got to do 2 big. They got to bring back Giancarlo Esposito, as Grand Moff Gideon with the Darksaber.
Okay.
So,
what's with all these sabers changing colors? These new colors.
Believe it or not, it's something that was created by George Lucas specifically for the Clone Wars cartoon. And then I don't think they ended up using it, and I think they brought it over to Rebels. But yeah, like the dark, like there's a lightsaber, so why wouldn't there be a Darksaber, right?
Dude, I think you got something. I think you got something right there, buddy.
Well, I didn't do it. It's not my deal.
I didn't even think of that. I didn't think about that. Got a Darksaber.
Yeah, Bo-Katan was who's Katie Sackhoff's character. Which, by the way, she does the voice of Bo-Katan in the cartoon or in the animated, and then she also played the real life version. Looked just like her. I mean, it was great.
Is she a Mandalorian, like in armor? You don't see her face or anything?
Yeah. Well, again, they in the anime they've always showed the faces of the Mandalorians.
Oh, they did.
So apparently, what's going on with Din Djarin is the fact that he's dealing with the old ways. So there's a new way, which is probably how they're gonna break it out and say. I think that's how they're going to deal with Pedro Pascal wanting his face on the show.
Yeah, that sounds like yeah.
He cried a lot about.
Yeah, so that sounded very bitchy. And he is the Mandalorian, right?
I mean, for all intents and purposes, I would say yes. But again, every time Bryce Dallas Howard has directed 2 episodes, and both episodes she said she never got to meet Pedro Pascal, and she was the director both times. They just had a guy in the outfit, a guy.
That wasn't him.
Yeah, it wasn't him.
Just does the voice say?
Yeah, it's just the voice. So
because he's being a bitch about it.
I don't know if that's it or if they just, a lot of action sequences, they just use stunt doubles or whatever.
And that's cool that Bryce Dallas Howard is a director.
Yeah, absolutely. But
she was one in Jurassic Park, right?
Yeah, absolutely. She's also from Lady in the Water from M. Night Shyamalan and the Village.
Okay.
She was the blonde girl from The Village. She's also Ron Howard's daughter.
Yeah, I know that. It's a good thing she ended up looking, like her mom and Ron Howard and not like Clint Howard.
Right.
When I was a kid, Clint Howard was in everything. Clint Howard and the kid that was in like Escape to Witch Mountain or something, and he was in Salem's Lot.
He was also in Star Trek.
That's right. He was in Star Trek. Yeah. That's right. He was such a disturbing. I don't want to say that. I'm sure he's a great guy, but he was just weird looking.
Well,
it kind of worked. That he had this great face, great character. Face for character acting.
Well, what's really crazy, and this is like I'm a big film guy. So every year I used to watch MTV Movie Awards. MTV Movie Awards. Like they're nothing, they used to be a lot different than they are now. Like they actually used to mean something, but they would have these crazy lifetime achievement awards. Like one year they gave lifetime achievement award to Chewbacca.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like the actual character Chewbacca.
Yep, I remember watching that.
Peter Mayhew. But the very last time, they never did it again after this. They gave the lifetime achievement award to Clint Howard. And he came out and he accepted it and he was crying, and I mean, dude, like he took it like super serious, and they never did it again. They're like, well, I think we went too far on this one,
Oh, so like it was kind of like a joke to them.
I think they were making it out to be a joke, but he showed up
and was just so happy that for all his body. Oh man,
what's up, Adam? What's up, Adam Post?
Where's Adam Post? What's up, Adam Post? Good to see you, pal. Adam Post will be joining us on PopXP Tuesday at 9 p.m. We have 2 shows on Tuesday.
Talking about mermaids?
Talking about mermaids, but talking up with Peter Cimetti and Graham Nolan's going to be talking about how to build your website and to reach your backers, via MailChimp or mailing streams. Like we're going to talk about the various ways of reaching out to the customers and to your fan base to get the word out.
How to.
Yep. And Peter Cimetti is doing an incredible job with the Alterna website. So he's and he's a bud, so he's doing really great with Alterna with self-distributing his own books and selling through their website business. So we're going to get Peter on. He's going to talk and give some tips about how to start your own website.
Yeah, I caught the chat caught the stream the other day when you were on with EVS, and man, they were giving Adam such a hard time. I don't know why they were giving him a hard time on his 6-page panels.
Oh man!
And I'm like, why are you doing that? Like, I mean, all of his books have used the same process, and apparently people like it. Yeah,
I don't know.
I did like your 3-panel idea though, with the water going.
You know what? We should get Adam on the stream, and we're gonna get our boy Sigmund Torre on too, man. So you guys got to give me a second. I'm gonna pop off. You're gonna have to talk to people for a second.
Okay, I'll talk to people.
I'm gonna go to my computer and invite them because I have the link over there, and I don't feel. I guess I can do it here. Give me a second. Let me go to StreamYard. I'm going to invite those 2 guys on.
Yeah, I really
think
I really like Peter Smetti, and I really like what he's trying to do, especially with the print. You know, he's using a kind of like a lost medium of print.
Yep.
To try to make comic books still affordable for people.
Absolutely.
But yeah, man, like I think he's definitely one of the main people like that are actually trying to progress comic books by making them accessible and affordable instead of it being a cash grab. If you
Absolutely. Will. He's doing a great job. He's got great customer service. Man, that dude works like, I mean, I thought I worked hard. He's a beast. So let's get. So I'm really looking forward because I'm looking forward to learning myself from Peter because we're building the the new Crusade page, and we're gonna go real big come January. Here we go. Paste. January 2021. We're redoing our whole website.
Nice.
So once we do the whole, once we get that going, because I've got hardcovers. We have a few of the few zombie samas left. A few of the some of the variants. Like my variants. Some of the Kickstarter editions we have left. Some of the which other ones? What's it called? Shiroi with the white armor. We have some of that one, So I want to put all those bad boys up. We have shirts, hoodies.
Dude, what about some of the?
It's not a lot, but
what about some of the old school marketing stuff you had? Like I remember when you were going through your storage area, you found like uncut sheets of the Sheet Chromium cards and stuff.
Yeah.
I got those one of a kind items would be awesome to have on there.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I put that stuff up for sale. Why not? But we got to figure out how to do it and build it, and that's what Peter's going to help us. Peter's going to talk to us about it, and he goes through. Was it Wix? I think he uses Wix. Is that what it's called?
Oh.
And he's real happy with it. So we'll find out.
Yeah, Wix is click, drag and drop.
Yep.
It's pretty. Yeah, I use WordPress. I have a WordPress site for. I own the GameStore.com, and I used to have a YouTube channel called The Game Show. So I own the GameShow.com as well. But I've taken all those down. I've been reworking them as of late. So
yeah, we have the we're on WordPress too, but it just seems so hard to get. My web mistress Maida. She passed away in a motorcycle accident.
No.
But she was the only one that had access to it. I'm like, you do it all. And it's like, what are you, crazy? So, she's like, you do it all. I was like, you do it all. She's like, well, I want to teach. I'm like, nah, that's all right. You do it all. And then she passed away. So I didn't know how to do it. So this is why we're going to learn, because I'm always bothering like my sister-in-law now to do things, to post up graphics. And I should be able to do that stuff myself. And that's what I want to do with the new website. But
I don't want to take away from anything Peter's doing. Like Eric, I will say, I don't know if he's one of the most important people in comics now, but I will definitely say he's one of the most influential people in comics right now.
No, I think that being an influencer would make him important, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, trend setting is not really importance, But I do think he's breaking the mold for sure. He's definitely killing the game.
Okay.
Setting a new category just for himself, or creating a new category for everyone to feed off of.
A path. He's yeah. Well, Sigmund's about to crash. He's about to go to bed. He meant now. Yes, we'll do a show with Sigmund. We'll do a show.
Is Adam Post coming on?
I don't know. I sent him a link. Adam's probably just getting out of bed. Do a show this week. All right. So Sigmund's like, oh man, he's like, now? I meant later on. Look who's here. Hey, Kissel. You two bright and bushy tail this morning. She was conceived in Dallas and in Twilight Eclipse. Who was? What's she talking about? What's she talking about?
Oh, he's talking about. I think she's talking about Bryce Dallas Howard.
She was conceived in Dallas. Oh, and in Twilight Eclipse. Bryce Dallas Howard. I don't understand that. What Twilight Eclipse? Is that one of the Twilight movies?
Yeah. She was definitely in
This
the
was a
Twilight.
big. Kissel's a Twihard or whatever they call themselves.
You know,
What do they call themselves? Twinks. Twilight.
Yeah. God, who is it? One of the Stephanie C. Meyer. I think one of them lives in Conway. Lives 3 cities over.
Oh, okay. Hang on, let me tell Adam. Adam, I sent you the link on Facebook, buddy, in Messenger. I could go to Twitter and do this, send this to him on Twitter, man. I'm telling you, man. People killing me, buddy. They're killing me here.
I don't think we said hello to Chi. Hey, what's up, Chi?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Chi Boone.
Adam Post. There he is. Hang on, let me do this. Next. Look at that talk. Here's a StreamYard link. There you go, Adam. All right, buddy.
Cheech,
right, we're all good to go, right? We're all good to go. We're all good to go. He'll get in. He'll get in, no problem. What do you think of Grifter? Oh, Grifter's a fun character, Cheech. Yeah, we had a fun crossover back in 1996. So I guess next year would be the 25th anniversary of that.
Crazy.
I'm gonna have to talk to Jim Lee about that. Maybe we can
well, I think
do a little reissue 25th anniversary edition of that.
I think he sold all that over to Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers owns all that now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, AT&T owns all that now. And that they publish those books. But look what we got here.
And Grifter is actually somebody that they use right now. What's up, Adam?
Good morning, gentlemen. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. We've got Bristolian Dave. What's happening, Bristolian Dave? Good morning from jolly old England. Tell you. Now, Bristolian, Post, I don't know where your family's from.
Posty Post. Russia, Poland. Combine them. That's Post.
There you go. Russia and Poland. That's what. See, Adam knows. See, Adam, right? People like us all in the Northeast, and I was telling Blevins we all know our heritage, right?
Yeah, we do. Oh, yeah. Very proud. Everybody knows where everybody comes from. They got stories and stuff. My grandfather was in Brazil for a while, and you get these wild stories. People don't know who their descendants are and stuff.
Well, what's your heritage, Brian?
Why you calling me out, Billy?
See, people from the South, they're like, I don't know. I'm like, what's your nationality? They're like, I don't know, American.
Here's the right answer to that question.
I'm pretty sure my great grandmother wrote the Happy Birthday song.
Is that true?
No, because it's not even that old. No. Well, what you say is
not even remotely true.
F you, Billy, 100% American. I'm 100% American. You got to have these quick comebacks. Well, it's very important.
Bristolian Dave, obviously, I guess, Dave, you're from Bristol, England. My family is, I'm almost half English, actually.
Which half?
The I don't know which half would you say the
top half,
the good half or the naughty half. So my family's from outside of They're from Shropshire, outside of Wolverhampton.
Oh, that's very cool sounding.
Yeah, isn't it? So, but here's the thing: is I told Paul Jenkins that. Oh, well, we're talking England. I'm like, well, I just found out, Ancestry.com, where my family's from, and I got cousins. And I said, they're from Shropshire, Wolverhampton. He's like, yeah, Billy, that's like saying you're from Cleveland. It's not like a really cool place to be from, It's like black country and coal miners and all.
I guess you're making it cool.
I'm making it cool. Making Wolverhampton Wolves cool again.
Well, that's working class. Hard workers?
Heck yeah, man.
All right, so that's what it's about.
That's what I like.
Shropshire on the map.
That's right, man.
Billy, I know you've talked about this a lot already, but if you're open to talking a little bit of She, I know in the last book of She, we were introduced to her daughter.
Yes.
So now we're looking at her and her daughter here kicking ass.
Yes, that's her, and yep. I'm drawing right now. So if I get to my Facebook page, to the page, where's the bloody page? Did I shrink the page down?
So she's a buddy book now, basically.
Yeah, I think
it's a family. It's a family. It's a family story.
It's a family story. Oh, buddy books are awesome. So you're gonna have like a lot of cool banter and stuff, and
no. She's actually has to save her daughter. Her daughter right now has been kidnapped.
damn it, she just started fighting with her mom, and now she's kidnapped.
Now she's kidnapped. No, she didn't start fighting with him. I gotta find the darn. I got so many windows open. I just gotta start closing all these dang windows.
My trick is
because I want to scroll. I want to scroll through my page.
Yeah, I knocked myself off yesterday because I was trying to close a window, and I closed the whole StreamYard. Yeah, I kicked myself off of my stream. It was kind of funny.
Well, we had a great conversation yesterday, Adam. It was a real pleasure talking to you yesterday.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what's so funny is now that we're becoming, we have YouTube channels and you start to become more and more media personality. It's sort of like, oh, maybe we shouldn't have this conversation on the phone. Let's do it on YouTube. I'd be like the next one. Some stuff you can't talk about on YouTube.
You're right, because I think that people would have found it really interesting.
Yeah, people get curious.
Yeah, and the process. And we were talking the next original graphic novel, Dr. Blevins, She Gatecrasher.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That comes out. That's being released in May. That's going to launch in May.
On Cinco de Mayo, on Steve Parros's birthday.
On Steve Parros's birthday, we launch it. But that's not written by Steve. Steve's going to be the editor on that book, and Steve's a great editor along with a great writer. So I'm gonna stop sharing. I'm gonna share another screen because I for some of my campaign because it's lost in like the 20 other friggin' pages I have open.
Well, you did get a little more. You're up to 71,824 now.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. All right, let me close out all this.
Oh, I told you he was going to close himself.
Yeah, that's what I just did. I just did that yesterday. Exactly what I just
It's an Adam show now.
Throw yourself off the stream. He'll click right back in no time at all.
Definitely.
I like that he's getting these out on a regular schedule and that he's keeping continuity between the books. So he's moving the story forward. Like Brian Polito was really successful with Lady Death. I always feel like, is there continuity though between the books? Like, is the story being moved forward, or could you have done like, Lady Death Decimator before Lady Death Total Destruction? Like, is there any sequence to these things? But they're hugely successful. Welcome back.
Yeah, dude, I did what you did.
I told you not to do that, Billy.
I know you told me not to do it. I did it because I got like 20 pages open. So I'm like, all right, let me start clicking down. And of course, I clicked me off.
Almost everything I do is cool, but not that.
Let me ask you a question, Adam. So she Return of the Warrior is a progressive, the progression of the storyline. Anna's older, she's got her daughter, like she teaches her daughter the ways, all that stuff. So, it's a the timeline has progressed.
Yeah,
so
that's great.
In like the mainstream comics, what was your favorite storyline that progressed the story? Like say for example, Robin becoming Nightwing, and that general progression. Like, do you have like a favorite story like that?
The thing that probably impressed me the most, which was not even that big of a deal, I guess, but was because it used to be like a big deal when minor things happened with major ongoing characters. When Jim Shooter changed Spider-Man's costume to a black costume during Secret Wars, that was actually a big deal.
People How did you feel about that, Adam?
I thought it was really. I thought it was cool. See, that was the thing. Like Shooter was trained on making comics by he's working with Stan Lee, he's working with Mort Weisinger, he's working with all the greats who worked on comics for decades, and his thing was kind of like keeping the flame together about making editorial tight, having continuity be tight, be careful, very careful of whatever you do with the characters. So even though Secret Wars was kind of a crazy story about them being taken off planet to fight each other, in context of that, at least his character changed the costume for a reason. His costume, I guess, had gotten ripped up. And there was this, what later we figured out was a symbiote, but we didn't know it was alive at the time. We just thought it was like this organic costume material. And then, he winds up getting that costume and then finding out it's not really what he thought it would be, and that it creates, all the stories with Venom and such. I thought it was cool. The thing of it is being able, when changes are made to characters, it's so thoughtless now, and there's such major changes, and there's so many that it doesn't resonate the same. Like if she was a guy, it'd be like, and now she's a guy, a minority guy. Like, all right, for what purpose? Like, well, to introduce more people to comics. That's not going to work. You can't do that.
I think it's prime time for some parody comics, for us to parody, for somebody to come out there and actually parody Marvel and DC, who have become a parody of themselves. Don't you think so, Adam?
It could very well be. That I have a project coming up next that should be like the next one, with some incredible work that we did in the 90s, kind of like what Ethan did with Warts and All, redoing some of the Adam Hughes covers, which were freaking stunning. This is the best work we ever had done. But what we mean by redo is the coloring was flat coloring back then, so it's sort of just digitizing the color and making it look amazing. So yeah, there's I don't know. It's funny because people talk about the comic book industry, and I was reading an article in Comic Cron yesterday, which is a great website, talks about comic sales. They were talking about how some sales were up from pre-pandemic levels, and it just doesn't feel like the comic industry even exists anymore. It just doesn't really feel like it's anything like it was, and that the major, like when DC Comics is not even regarding comic book stores. Yeah, they don't take them seriously, like at all.
It's crazy. It really is.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So you have to look at it. I like the way Ethan looks at it, which is like, look, we tweeted yesterday, independent comics empire, like everybody just creating their own platforms and trying to support each other, and taking care of fans. YouTube is an incredible resource to be able to communicate with people. Yeah. Let them know your project is out, and it's not the old industry anymore. We have our fans, we take care of our fans, we get ideas from our fans, we ship our books, we keep our promises, and we just try to keep making more and more cool books. But there's really no limits on us now either, which is a great thing.
Yeah,
are you thinking, Billy, still about selling She to comic stores eventually?
Oh yeah, I love. Oh God, I owe everything to Diamond, so absolutely I will.
Very cool.
Absolutely, we will again, and because I love the comic shops. I love the retailers. I've been friends. I have so many friends, and I owe the retailers. Diamond and the retailers. I owe them. Everything I have, I owe to them.
Yep. Yeah, so, me too. Me too. They put me in the business.
That's the thing is, how do we do that? I figure we start with Zombie Sama. But, zombies, we could break all these books down into, if you have a 100-page comic, that's 5 comics right there.
Yeah. Well, I would look at what Brian Polito did, because Brian's already figured out that, he can launch his Lady Death book for a Kickstarter, and then he can reformat it. His is a 48-page book, so he did it to 2 issues.
Yeah.
You could do 5 issues. I think you'd probably do better with even a slightly higher price point and having bigger issues. Because by the time you get to issue number 5 going through comic stores, the numbers have to drop off.
Oh, so it might,
yeah. So even if you did like a 40-page or a 48-page, because the extra paper is not terribly, it's not terribly expensive to print if you've got all the files done. So 48 pages at $4.99 or something like that, or maybe even go for $5.99 these days. Who knows? And then you're doing even 2 issues. A 2-issue thing.
Yeah, what I think with now this Haikyo book, I think is going to be 44 pages. I'm sorry, right now Haikyo is right now 54 pages of story and art. But I'm drawing, if you missed the beginning of the stream, I'm redoing these double pages. So it might be 55 or 56 pages now, story and art. So I would break that down to 2 issues.
Oh, cool.
And it's 32 page, both issues are 32 pages.
Now, I don't know if Brian does both in the same month, but the reason I keep bringing up Brian is because a guy who, coming from our background, he did the math, he cracked the code, and he's made it work.
Yeah.
So whatever he's doing is the correct thing to do, in 95% of
yeah, that's an interesting idea though, to do it to solicit both issues,
Yeah,
on
the same month.
On the same month.
You have less drop off. If you're a store owner and you're buying them non-returnable, or if you're a fan and you see it, it's like, oh, Billy Tucci, Zombie, whatever it's going to be. All right, I'll buy issue 1. Oh, they have issue 1 and issue 2, a 2-issue limited series. They're offered together. Sure. Why would you just buy one and not the other?
Yeah.
The upsell on the 2 should make sense. As a consumer.
That's a really interesting idea. I didn't even think about that. So you do the actual self-contained stories together. I'm sorry, the same month. You have 2 books the same month. So it's issues 1 and 2, and it's the same month. I think that could work.
Oh, it would.
I think that's I don't think that's a bad idea at all.
No, you wouldn't say. But you know what? You're friends with Brian. I'd bounce it off of him too. So it's like Brian. I know. I never Brian and I, we knew each other and stuff, but we didn't really collaborate as independent publishers back in the day. I asked him his opinion on Triumphant Comics years ago, because we were trying to figure out what to do, because we're doing all these monthlies, and it's really rough producing monthlies, and getting your numbers are like, numbers will decline over time, and it's like, well, I don't know, does this really make sense? Yeah. And his advice on Triumphant Comics, he's like, well, just have this event where everybody dies or something like that. It was radical. It probably would have been a great idea. But yeah, he's I don't know, we collect this knowledge and we want to see each other succeed.
Yeah. I'm going to answer the question. Last time I drew a mermaid Cheech was in college. I think it was my senior year, and I had to have a whole bunch of portfolios, and I had this diver fighting a merman as the mermaid, like he fell in love with a mermaid woman, or they fell in love with each other, and then the merman, which was called something else. They weren't called merman. They were ugly. They were hideous looking things, and they're fighting, and she's like watching,
Interesting.
That's the last time I drew it. So that's 30 years. It's been 30 years. Maybe if Adam Post asked me to contribute a mermaid, your old boy Bill Tucci could do a mermaid. I have like 10 commissions I had to finish first.
Yeah. That's the thing, is that you really, you're busy. You got a lot of stuff going.
Hey, Adam, with the amount of comic book shops that have closed since the coronavirus, all this stuff that has happened, do you think that we'll actually see us get back to that number like anytime soon of stores? Like, do you think eventually there'll be a surge of people reopening comic book shops?
It's funny, because there's some people that, like, first of all, as customers love print comics. Yeah. Customers love to be able to buy it, own it, refer to it whenever you want anymore. Oh yeah, well, eventually, yeah. Well, they probably always do some print, DC, but they openly said, Jim Lee said months ago, or the way time goes, maybe it was last month at this point, but he said in Hollywood Reporter interview, we're going to focus on digital, and whatever's the most successful for digital, we'll put in print. So that's a kind of a bizarre thing to say, but that's what they're doing. But I don't know. People do like print comics. Consumers like them. The business for the retailers doesn't seem like it's a great business. Like, it doesn't seem like opening a restaurant has always been a terrible business. Now it's a little worse than usual. Some people succeed with opening restaurants and stuff.
Well, I guess the best thing about comic book shops is they have there is a plethora of backstock available everywhere. Like, there's stacks and stacks of comic books everywhere. So they could open stores with a backlog of books and have that be the draw to get them in there, and not really carry the new stuff, kind of like what Jesse James does. Yeah. But I don't know how long that would really be sustainable.
Well, who's an incredible businessman with comic book retailing is Chuck Rosansky. And he's done a couple of interviews recently on that guy Dan's channel with it.
Yeah, we gotta get Chuck on our show, man.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he'd love to be. I'd love to be on that panel. I have some admiration for him, and probably one or two intelligent questions. But
absolutely, I'll reach out to him this week for sure.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, he's amazing. But what he talks about, like, well, first of all, he talks about how, like, look, your customers, he considers his business to be a pop culture recycling center. So people will be moving, people will be getting a divorce, people will just have different changing tastes. And here they are, they've been collecting, Daredevil since the 1980s, like me, and they have this full Frank Miller run and these other cool X-Men books and some other cool books. And, you want cash for your stuff before you throw it out. Or, people could sell them individually on eBay or something. And what Chuck says is, like, you pay them and then you hold and resell those comics. And there's a huge profit margin in working that way, where you're selling back issues that you don't have to pay like half of cover price for. Because people come in with comics, they're not getting full cover, they're not getting like full retail value for the comics when you resell them to a store usually. So and Chuck, as shown in his videos, his channel on YouTube, Mile High Comics, is skids and skids, like truckloads of comics that he's bought, where the transportation was more than he had to spend for the comics.
Right.
So then it becomes just a question of being able to store them. But when he sells stuff, he owns everything he has in his massive warehouses. So when he sells stuff, it's all profit.
Right.
Well, especially, I guess, if you're getting 10 cents or even 5 cents on the dollar, or when you're buying stuff at 5 cents a dollar and you're selling it for a dollar. I mean, like, yeah, that's ridiculous.
There's a profit margin because and Steve Jeppy was saying in a couple of interviews in the past, like, the way he used to be a dealer in back issues, and a way of getting people into the store to look at the back issues was to carry the new issues. They really didn't make a profit much on the new issues.
Yeah, it's like a loss leader.
Yeah, like a loss leader. People get the new Spider-Man and like, oh, well, we have these back issues too. And then they're hustling the back issues. And that makes sense. But as Chuck describes, to have the new system which we've had for a couple of decades now, where really you're just a catalog shop for Diamond previews, those retailers can make a little bit of money, but then they get stuck with unsold stuff. They get stuck with stuff that people pre-order but didn't fully pay for. There's a lot of competition on price. Billy, I don't know what you think of this, but these new mass discounters it's crazy, like DCBS and UCS. I mean, nothing against those guys. It's just that they sell at a very big discount. Like,
well, they get a big discount too, though, when they buy in bulk. I mean, like max discount is somewhere around like 60%, right?
Yeah, well,
60% off the books, and then
it's negotiated. I think.
Well, what do you mean? So I don't even know what this is. So hang on, we got a couple of our buds here. We got a Mob Seat in. What's up, Mob Seat?
Mob Seat.
Yeah, small businesses like comic shops are going to be a thing of the past. I hope not, as we all do, but I think it'll be different. I think comic like what Jesse James is doing, and like you were mentioning earlier, that Jesse James doesn't even order new books.
Mm-hmm.
Our other bud, Lord Ravener, who will be in Haikyo. I have not gotten recruited into EVS's fairy tale book yet, but I would love to be a part of that because I think it's a really funny idea.
Basically, Ethan just put out an open thing of like, come up with a fairy tale parody that fits Rainbow Brute, and he wants you guys, and he wants you in there. He wants everybody cool in there.
Oh, that's cool. I got a really good one that I'll do. But it's got to be fair. It's a fairy tale, then, right?
Yeah, it's like a fairy tale parody, but send him a sentence about it, and
all right.
Just I don't know exactly what's all about that, but he seems he's getting Shane in there, and I'm sure he'd love to have you in there.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun. I got one. She's an elf.
Okay.
I got it. We'll
see what he thinks. See what he thinks, but sounds good to me.
Yep. Mob Seat says comic shops are middlemen. They won't exist in the new economy. I hope not. I have a lot of fears for the new economy, to be perfectly honest with you. I think gas prices are going to be astronomical. I think product coming in from China is going to be even higher. I think that what's going on with this and with Amazon and everything like that, all those I think they're going to start to bump up all their prices. I really do. I think that, that we depend on them for so much crap, that I think they're going to take advantage of it. I really do.
Yeah, it's not small stores are not being given the same chance.
See you later, Cheech.
Have a good weekend, man.
Yep. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. It's going to be strange, but you know what? The cool thing is at least with us is that we're selling directly to the customer. And I like the relationship we have with them because they're holding us accountable, Adam.
They're telling us what they like and what they don't like. And, there's nothing louder than people deciding if they want to back you or not. As far as stores or any other places, those things are great for us to sell to as a sideline if it works, And then what's also cool, Billy, especially in your case, is if you offer a sheet at comic shops, I'm sure it helps Brian when he's going to comic shops. Comic book buyers are not all aware that there's new sheet coming out.
I know. Yeah, that's why I want. That's the whole point. That's why I want to do the comic shops mostly is to get new readers.
Yeah,
everyone wants to get new readers.
Yeah, get them right. You get your website on there and you get them directed to the next current campaign.
Yep. That's what it is. And we launched because we can't afford right now the way the big two and Bristol and Dave had a really good point here. He thinks comic shops can survive, but they will have to diversify and not really on the big two new releases. And what the big two do is that they hold the distributor hostage. They hold the retailers hostage that you have to buy, how many copies of Captain Marvel #1 that are still on the shelves 2-3 years later just to get that special variant or something.
If you're a distributor and you're like, okay, well, 30% of the market was DC or whatever percentage these days. And DC, like when they did their first round of big layoffs, they hired their vice president in charge of sales for the direct market. They fired him. They just let him go without replacing him. They also closed their Facebook group that was for DC retailers to be able to comment at all to DC. So they have no consideration for the market. So talk about tying the distributor's hands. The manufacturer, when you're a manufacturer, if you want retailers to sell your stuff, you figure out ways to make it profitable for your retailers to sell stuff.
Absolutely.
Right? And you back them. Like some of this stuff, the marginal, if they're retailing it for $3.99 or whatever, for them to print one extra copy is like a dime, but it's got $4 of retail value theoretically.
Right.
So it's like, why don't, that's currency. You could be backing shops with that, but
I think that's what they're there for, to help. Like, for example, like when I had the comic book shop, a 1 in 10 book, you would sell that for $10. 1 in 25, you would sell it for $25. 1 in 50, you would sell it for $50. And that paid for like almost all the books, all the books you just got, because a $4 book you paid $2.25 for,
I didn't realize you had a shop in the past.
What?
Yeah, I didn't know
that. Man. That's what he's about. That's where Blevins came from.
You think I'm on here just because of my pretty face?
Well, that's good enough for me. Any friend of Billy's,
it's good enough for me.
Man, I owned the largest gaming store in Arkansas, and I had
wow.
To it. It's called the Game Store.
So you're mostly internet now?
No, I'm kind of retired right now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm retired. So I've been trying to think of other things to do with my time. Like I'm doing political stuff and I'm making content. I do a lot of gaming online as well. So,
YouTube channel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah, and he's going to start, and we're going to launch our first PopXP next Thursday night, the 9th, I think it is.
Yeah, this coming Thursday.
This Thursday. Wait, 7th, 8th. Let's see, 7th is Monday, Pearl Harbor Day, 8th, 9th, 10th. The 10th, Thursday, the 10th of December is our first PopXP game night.
Nice.
So we got a great group of people playing the game with us. We got Jody Broses coming in. She's a gamer. My 14-year-old son Matthew's going to play, and we're going to play Among Us.
Very cool. Very cool.
Now, should we play this live, or should we? I think we should record it.
Well, I think like the only way to do it is you have to have like one person. Like again, we all can't stream through StreamYard onto to the screen. Like everyone has to have their own screen because you don't want to see somebody go kill somebody and then everybody would know who it was that was the killer.
That's right. So how do we play this? How are we able to do this and play this game where there's only just one screen, but then we'll be on the bottom, be able to cheat? And I know Matthew's good. My fortune is
you have to have somebody probably be the orchestrator of the stream and go like probably what I'll do. Joni will probably play on her Twitch to get her followers. I'll play on my Twitch. You can play on Billy Tucci. Niall will play on PopXP, or Niall can manipulate the whole thing on PopXP. And then Matthew can play on his.
So I'd have to play on maybe on the Billy Tucci YouTube show, or I got Twitch. I think I have Twitch.
Well, if you got Twitch, you can do it on Twitch then.
Do it on Twitch, man.
Yeah, just break out OBS and make it happen.
Yeah, how about on Grindr? Can I play it on that?
Adam Post can come play some Among Us.
What is this? Is it a zombie game? I don't even know what the hell it is.
No, it's kind of like The Thing, the video game. Like you're all stuck at this. You're stuck at this place. You're trying to get it back up and going. But like among you, there's like an actual creature that will kill everybody.
Murderer, yeah.
Yeah. There's a murderer. Murderer among us.
Well, if it's murder involved, I'm definitely interested.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm big on the murder. Murder's good. You got to do it every now and then. You don't do it every week.
Murder's good.
It's a special occasion.
Mopsy gets it.
Murders and games are good. Mopsy gets this too, man. Levin's on the show for the same reason supermodels are on Victoria's Secret ads. That's right.
That's what I was thinking. Bring him in with the beard. Bring him in.
The pricing is annoying. If I had $10 and bought $10 worth of books, they raise the price and now if I got $10, I can only buy $8 worth of books. See, that's true.
You know what?
How about that, Adam Post?
This is what I was going to mention, and I got off track. But you have companies like DCBS, which created one of the distributors for DC, and then UCS. And I don't know. I guess Midtown might be doing it. Well, Midtown was UCS's company, but the point is, these mail order retailers are offering discounts at like 40% off for new comics.
Right.
So anyone who becomes a customer of a mail order retailer that buys comics for 40% off, the cover price is not $3.99 for them anymore. Now it's a more reasonable, like $2.40, $2.50.
Yeah.
So comic stores that are trying to sell comics at full cover price are not even in the same business as these mail order retailers.
Yeah. Who's selling books to the mail order retailers?
The publishers are some now. DC is selling direct, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, to whoever is the distributor. UCS, I guess, is not going to continue because the economics just didn't work out for them. But they buy right from Diamond. They buy from Diamond, and it used
Diamond
to be that
direct thing as well, where you could send your pull list and get all your books straight from Diamond.
Direct to consumer.
Yeah, I believe they had that for a while.
They bought a company. They bought a mail order retailer. I don't know if it was Alternate Worlds or something like that. They bought some mail order retailer business and they were operating that. I don't know if they're still operating that or not. But fundamentally, why would you have a pull list at your local comics retailer and get like a 20 or 15% discount if you've got these DCBS guys offering a 40% discount? Because when you're buying comics, all you want to do usually is buy as many comics as you can.
Right.
So it makes back in the day, they did not allow this. Mail order retailer. I remember back in the day, like the 90s, Billy, I don't know if you remember any of this conversation floating around, but they weren't allowing, first of all, they weren't allowing sub-distributors after the boom in the early 90s. They made it so that someone couldn't buy comics at a bigger discount for, like you were talking about, for a higher discount and then resell them to another retailer to like kind of bulk up and be a sub-distributor. They cut that out, but they certainly were not allowing retailers, the distributors and the publishers, to have direct to some retailer at such a low discount, because the point is you kill the retailing business. I want customers to get the best price they can, but you have to get the best price that you can at the same point where like stores can still stay in business. Mm. So how is a store supposed to, have a pull list, like your budget on comics? And if you don't have a budget on comics, then you're rich, basically. Anyone who's going to buy comics on the regular has got to be like, all right, I'm going to spend $200 a month, $300 a month, whatever they're going to spend, like it goes that much further with a mail order company. Well, then you got to go with the mail order company.
Well, I think what's going to end up happening is they're just going to eliminate the cover price altogether, the manufacturer suggested retail price, because that's what they did with Magic the Gathering. Like Magic the Gathering, they used to be $2.99 and $3.29, and then they went to $3.99, and then they just eliminated it altogether. And you could find packs at Walmart for like $4.29 or $4.99, and then you go to all the different stores, and you would find the packs at varied prices, but there was no manufacturer suggested retail price. So right now, they're saying, hey, you get 40% off or 60% off, you buy this much. Like it may just be a situation where they just give a net price.
Yeah, and they do that,
just eliminate, and then people can make their own margins up. But
they
people
do that
don't have
with
to buy it at that.
They do that with some specialty items and stuff. Now with the internet, Billy and I didn't have this as kids. Wow, that's nice looking. Billy and I didn't have this as kids.
It's our little print. It's our little print.
There was no internet where you could I'll just put the name of this product in Google and get like the lowest price from something that's got like a 5-star rating. Like, I'll just buy from that guy. So yeah, I don't know. But periodical comics can't continue if the publishers aren't making money from it, or if, like, I don't know, at DC Comics, they look like they're hiring a couple new people for executive positions, but I can't see that they don't seem to care about periodical comics. Ethan talks about this, and I think he's got a really strong understanding of DC. I think from all his experience and continuing contacts with people that work for them, that they're looking at doing all this young adult stuff, and they're looking at doing more in the way of graphic novels than periodicals, and they're canceling all these periodicals. And if they can't make money with periodicals, they're not going to do periodicals. Ultimately, I mean, they don't seem to really care that much about making money, but they don't seem to want to waste money.
Yeah,
if they're going to just lose, they're not gonna keep doing it.
Do you think if Jim Shooter came in there and redesigned everything in DC that it could make a comeback?
He's an old man now, unfortunately. I love the guy, but
he still has the formula.
I know. I gotta maybe reach out to him. I haven't talked to him in a few years, but he knew what to do and how to do it. The thing is with him, it's a process. So people have to want the discipline of the process, and people have to want to work that way, and they have to be willing to give him the authority to do what it is that he would do. And he's not the only guy that could do it, but he's one of the only guys that has the whole package of understanding. Like, look, he said something shocking to me in the 1990s, which is like, well, at Valiant, we were only going to do 18 books, even though like the books were selling like hundreds of thousands of copies at healthy prices. At that time, $250 was like a very healthy retail price.
Yeah.
And I was like, why would you just do 18 books if you're having that much success? He said, well, that's the only number I think that I could keep control of and make sure that they're good and that they come out on time. As a publisher, you listen to, you're like, well, yeah, but come on, you could always. And then it's like, no, you know what? He's got to, now you understand it. I understand it years later. You don't risk the whole thing based on throwing out a couple of extra titles.
Yeah. A lot of small publishers get in that trouble too, that they all of a sudden they come out of the gate, they do one book, it gets successful, and then a month or two later they launch another title, and they launch another title, and it's too much for the retailers to keep up with, and they see their numbers go down. If you're an independent publisher, what I would suggest people do is and even with crowdfunding, and if you get into comic shops, but even with the crowdfunding, is that focus on one character, one thing for your first year, and then go out and do another one. Now, I'm not talking like someone like you, Adam, that has thousands of properties, thousands of comics with hundreds of properties, dozens of properties, whatever you have. I'm talking about for young people, because they'll come out of the gate, and CrossGen did it. A couple, my buddy with Big City Comics, I'm like, just do one book. And he ends up that with like 4 or 5 titles in a month.
Yeah, there's a reason, like Billy, we're fucking old timers now, excuse the language, but we are. I don't think I'm that happy about it. That's why I cursed. But yeah, it's kind of awesome to not be to be alive. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
We're older, but yeah, you know, that's why even Billy and me are talking before about like offering different formats to Diamond. It's like, listen to the older guys, because it's true. Because if you do a mediocre title, it's harder to do better with number 2, and it's hard to really build something. If you do a great title and you do one book, you do a sequel, and then you do another sequel, you can build an audience for that, and then people will be buzz about it. People will talk. But if you stress yourself with, no, I need to do this and this, and it absolutely applies to me too. It applies to everybody. It's an application of really what your resources are, so that when people get that thing, there's no excuse. They just pick it up and they're like, man, this is really cool looking. You know, if you don't, and that's what McFarlane was saying too about Spawn. He was saying like, he just always makes sure it's really, really cool.
Yeah.
And he's done that for 30 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
so like, you do that for 30 years, but with something that's commercial. And another thing too, I think, is, you know, sometimes things get launched and they succeed right away because you capture people's interest. Sometimes they don't. You know, Mermaids right now is doing better than College of the Dead Book 1 did after 2 months. It's 2 weeks in now. Is it going to do, you know, is it going to do as much as my last College of the Dead graduation day? If people wanted it, will. If not, you know, we'll see. And then the book will ship and you'll see if people love it or not. I spent years working on that project. There's incredible art, tremendous story. And I'd love for people to check it out, epicmermaids.com. But no one has a right to success. You know, you have with crowdfunding, with Comicsgate, whatever, people have an opportunity to succeed. So you put something out, always keep your promises. And then if it's successful, phenomenal. If it's not successful enough that you're like, all right, I want to spend 5 more years working on this project, or that people even really want it, then you stop and you do something else. Because there's no shortage of ideas.
Yeah.
Right. You know, you do what you're passionate about. But I know Mermaids is coming out. The book's completely done. It was an amazing experience putting the thing together with the whole creative team. There's so much story there. And you know, we'll see where it goes. But I can't. It's funny because people ask me about it, and I'm like, I can't stop working on other ideas either. You know,
you also had a great build up to Mermaids, and you have the history of your other 2 books to help, you know, add to this, you know, the success of this Mermaids book.
Yeah, because
I mean, like, it's definitely well accepted. I mean, plus it's a great premise. Like, I love the idea behind it. You know that I've not kept it a secret. I've been a big fan of the mermaid idea ever since you pitched it. So
yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah,
I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great idea. I think I just looking at the visuals, you know, like we were talking last night. I mean, remember, you know, with Michael Turner's Fathom, just underwater, those beautiful colors you could do in the paintings. You could make it look like, what is his name, Guy Harvey or whatever. You could make, you know, every page look like a Guy Harvey panel. Well, painting every panel, you know. I think you got something really, really, really good there. I really do.
Appreciate it. Yeah, it's a fun creative project. I'm focusing on promoting it on my channel. I'll talk to Niall and we'll get me on PopX to talk Mermaids. Ethan promoted it the other night. I'll promote it on a couple of other channels and do it. But I think that you know, it's an interesting phase I'm kind of getting into now, where I did like a 2-hour live stream yesterday, which was a lot of fun. We sold a bunch of Mermaids books. And I think that the regular YouTubing is a big part of it. You know, if it's something that it's very helpful for people to have their own platform, because you really don't want to get by on the kindness of strangers when you're promoting your book. It's good to have a network of people you can promote with, but people care more when you're promoting your own project, I think. Mm-hmm. This is interesting. Richard B says digital comics works for the younger microtransaction crowd. They buy digital games, movies, and music. They own nothing. Good point, Richard. They're very used to doing that.
It's true.
You don't need to buy anything I can't resell.
Yep. I'm not interested in it. I want to collect it, you know, and that's why the comics have survived with this whole media, you know, digital, you know, the how they really push digital so much for the past 10 years. Because the one cool thing about comics is that you do want to have it in your hand. You want to collect that comic. Comics are a collectible.
Yeah, well, like, you know, we all do it. Like you get the comic, you put it, you bag it, and you board it carefully, like stamp collect, and then you go, but you put it in a box, and then you go back and you look at it every now and then, and you go through your comics. It's and that takes it back to your youth when you're doing that.
Absolutely. And then, you know, like Mighty Joe, I just don't think anyone will. You know, Peter Cimetti is doing fantastic with the newsprint. I just fear that people are so used to the high-end paper. You know, I'd love to do my books on newsprint. I just don't know if you can do it and compete in comic shops. I think people are not going to look at it like, what's this? You know, for a point, because they're so used to it. When you have another book that's, you know, full glossy paper and all, and even though it's a lot more, unless you can make your prices like Peter Cimetti does and sell you books for $2 each.
Yeah, I think that it implies the lower price, and the thing is the reason that they were newsprint in the first place, because there's always been better paper, is it was like newspaper. It's throwaway paper because of the returnability aspect of making the comics.
Yeah,
it's not about a concern of the ones you sell. It's about the concern of the ones you don't sell when it's returnable.
Yeah,
which is a terrible idea, literally, for everyone to get involved in returnable comics.
Mm-hmm.
You do not want to do that. It's so incredibly risky. You will do the worst thing you could do with returnable comics, newsstands, Walmart, whatever, is have success. Because once you have success, then you think you have a milestone. You're like, oh, okay, well, we're going to sell through 30% of these. All right, so I'll just do more of these now that I know. It's like it's not consistent necessarily.
Yeah, it doesn't exactly.
No, we lost a couple $100,000 doing that. Considered an investment, I guess. But yeah, we tried it, and you know, we had some stuff that worked, some stuff that didn't work, and it becomes a game. Peter also had newsstand experiences, and Peter was really smart in that he used some of his returnable distribution like that, some of his newsstand stuff, to get people to his website. You know, so he got mail order customers and stuff from it. That's fantastic. You know, it's advertising if that's how you're doing it. But like you're saying before, Billy, that's kind of like one of the great things for selling to a comic book store is like you've got people who are seeing the character, didn't realize it existed, and they could come in as $100 or $200 backers on the next campaign.
Yeah, absolutely.
How else are you going to reach them?
Yep, 100%. I agree.
Damn it.
I know. A couple of things. I do. The Zabe Comics. Yes, I got it. Let's see when it came in. I got my book, but I haven't opened it yet. Just like I have Adam Post's College of the Dead. I don't know if this is College of the Dead. I keep ordering books, right? You're like, you ordered this book like 3 times already.
Yeah,
all these crowdfunded, all these campaigns, all these books. Hang on, give me a second. Yeah,
it's hard to get to them. Because you want to look at these things with no distractions. You're not going to usually like just pick it up, flip through it on live stream. Oh, is that a metal one?
Thank you, Dr. Blevins.
No, that's just the She Return of the Warrior, just regular hardcover.
Nice.
It's a great book.
It's great to have Billy back making comics again.
Oh, I love it, man. Look at all these crowdfunded books, all these Indiegogos that I bought and some Kickstarters too. That I haven't opened yet.
Wow. Well, at least 4 or 5 of them are College of the Dead. So,
well, my goal is to. I got College of the Dead here. I think it's College of the Dead.
A couple of them are College of the Dead.
I wanted to do an unboxing on the video.
Yeah,
that's my and you know I just haven't done it in the past.
Maybe just do one live. Maybe just do one live show where you go through a couple of them. That's all.
That's a good idea. You know, maybe I won't even do it live. Maybe I'll even do it as a recorded show.
I don't think you have to worry about being live, Billy. Everybody loves you live.
Oh, well, thank you, Adam. You're too kind, brother. You're too kind.
Yeah, of course.
Plus, I don't know how to do it if I just record the broadcast and then I'd have to have Niall post it up because
StreamYard will let you record as a destination. Like with the conversation we're having now, instead of it being broadcasted, it could have just been a recorded file. Shane Davis did that once. I'm like, oh yeah, you can do that.
Well, with all your different cameras and stuff, you could also just use OBS and just
I got OBS. I could do it on OBS. I got all that stuff. I got my Stream Deck. Come on, man.
OBS is just a little bit.
Man, you got a Stream Deck too, Billy?
Heck yeah, bro! Where'd I get that from?
Do you have a DSLR camera?
He's got it all.
So that's all set up everything big in 2021 in January. Let me finish this book. And yes, Haikyo is now going to be at least 55 pages of story and art, looks like. Because right now it's 54 and I'm adding another page.
You're not doing stretch goals where you add pages, are you?
I did already. That was our $50,000 one.
Okay.
But I just did this double page spread, and now I'm going to have to go in and I have to change 2 more pages, which is fine because we got plenty of time. But I'm going to have to change things up a little bit. What was a double page spread? I'm going to make that a single, and now this is a double, and this is add. So it's going to be 55 pages of story and art. Looks like.
Billy, you penciling? You're penciling this. I know for sure. Are you penciling and inking?
Nope, just pencils. I go pencils, and then I have Gardenio Lima, who's technically I hired him as my finisher, but he's a far better artist than me. And the goal was for him to basically do the inks over my pencils.
Sure.
And my pencils are getting more and more like John Buscema, and
what is that, lighter? Like more
lighter,
minimalist?
faster, you know what I mean? More organic. And then he is redrawing it like finishing
Oh,
it.
wonderful.
He's like Tom Palmer. Like some of these great artists that are like better than, like I said, I think he's a far better artist than me.
Wow.
So it's like
that's the kind of guy you want to work with.
We're co-artists. That's what we are.
That's fantastic.
But if you want to get the rough cut, I have the rough cut edition. If anybody wants to see my original pencils.
So rough cut edition is there's glow in the dark, which is very, very cool.
Always want to do glow in the dark. The first sheet of The Way of the Warrior #1, because I didn't know what I was doing. I solicited it as a glow in the dark comic. Then I realized
you solicited
to do glow in the dark ink anymore because it's toxic. So I had to make the book returnable, sheet #1.
Because it wasn't.
And then the first week I got
you didn't even know how you were going to make it glow in the dark.
I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything.
$95 retail.
Like, we're doing this. I don't know how.
It was a $250 retail price. So now we finally I was able to get so now 26 years later we're able to do our glow in the dark edition.
That's great.
Glow in the dark edition is cheaper than the hardcover, but it costs more to manufacture because it's so expensive.
Is there setup costs or it's
it's all that you can talk? It's crazy that the ink you got to buy this giant. I don't know what to make at least minimum to make that you have to buy the ink to make at least 500 copies. We won't be making 500, I don't think, but.
Will they save the ink for our next?
I don't know because I would like to do.
When you guys know you're saving the F and ink, right?
That's a good idea. Hey, I'm buying this ink. Save it because
really,
I can do for when we do the She omnibus edition for March, our March campaign. I'd like to have a She Way of the Warrior #1 with the glow in the dark cover, which I always wanted to do.
You have to do that.
You got to do it,
especially if you got the ink. Just Debbie is tough. I'm surprised they got away with that.
Well, they haven't done it. We haven't paid them yet.
Okay.
I don't know what my numbers are. We're only 2 weeks in too. So
they're not getting away with nothing. That's for sure.
No, they're great guys. They're good. We use API. It's made in America. Really, we had that conversation yesterday. Dig it.
I know Ethan used them and Clint used them for Downcast.
Yep, Doug used them. So they're good, and they get it. They get it. They want to help out. They want to do right by you, and
cool.
So that's a goal. The goal is to get them this book, the proofs for this book right after the new year, and then go right into printing it in January. Get the books to us in February, fulfill in February, and then launch the omnibus edition in March.
That's awesome. Yeah, now the omnibus edition is going to be reprinting all of the color.
Well, not all. I did like over 100 books. It's the first 16 issues of She, The Way of the Warrior story. It's 464 pages.
Are you gonna ultimately reprint all of the books? Oh
yeah,
wow.
The second omnibus is going to be called Singles and Crossovers, or minis and crossovers for our little mini series we did. And then the third will be like, say, She the series. That's 13 issues. 400
pages, a lot of pages.
Yeah, it is, man.
484 pages, because even Ethan's doing a 400 pager with his warts and all book. So you already worked it all out with API and all that, the printer.
Well, I think we got prices for the hardcover for that, but it's got to be those stories are all together, so they have to be.
They have to be in that.
They have to be because it's kind of messed up if you only do half of them.
Charge whatever you need to make it work.
Well, it's going to be like $60 or more.
Yeah,
it's expensive. A hardcover. It's such a low print run.
You know what? Just as an aside, if you hadn't thought of it yet, is a remarked edition with a little sketch.
Yep, I'm going to do those.
That's a $200. That's a $200 book.
Yep, I'm definitely going to do the remarked editions. And then, like we were talking, maybe our special thing will be the She lunchbox for that.
Yeah, a lunchbox would be amazing. But also, when you're making the hardcover, they can usually plan to simultaneously do a soft cover. Ethan was mentioning for Warts and All, he's going to do a soft cover version, and it's just going to be part of the print run. He does not sure how he wants to market it yet. He might do it through eBay. He might do it through crowdfunding. But when you're doing setup and running, for even for any color book, whatever it is, additional copies for interiors are relatively inexpensive. And, you decide if you want to, of course.
No, that's not a bad idea. Maybe do can you make 200 soft covers too?
Yeah.
And we don't offer it, but we offer the next book or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be 200 and it could be another limited version of it. Because one of the things I mentioned to Ethan was because he said he was going to pull down Warts and All was like, well, people are going to always want that book. So how do you get them? How do you get them that book? Because it's the history of his character. Same with you. People are always going to want this omnibus book.
Oh, I hope so. I really do.
Well, you got me and Blevins at least. We always want it.
That's right.
Blevins, would you want it?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
He wants it in every possible way.
I want everything she.
Well, listen, guys, it's I want to get going. I've been on and I want to thank you guys for joining me. We've been on for an hour and 45 minutes almost.
All right.
But, Adam, we're looking forward to seeing you Tuesday at 9 p.m. on the PopXP.
I'll be there.
Dr. Blevins at Tuesday at 8 p.m. Tuesday at 8 p.m. we have the legendary Greg Hildebrandt.
Wow.
He is kicking ass with doing a Red Sonja book through Dynamite. It's his variant cover book. And then we have I guess I'll be on. Let's see if Sigmund will join me. I'll be coming on lunchtime every day, talking stuff up. And hope to get Sigmund Torre, who colored the cover to our rough cut edition.
Beautiful.
And also the Raijin lithograph. And so we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. And then Friday nights are game night, but we got to figure that out, Dr. Blevins. That no one's cheating.
Everybody make sure to subscribe to the channel too.
Ain't no cheating. We got Mob Sheet. We got a super chat. Thank you, Mob Sheet. Have you thought of a monthly She-Book merchandise club subscription? I have not. But I'll bring it up to Debbie once we get rolling in 2021 with more product and with our new website. I think that's a great idea. And then we can everyone gets a trading card or something special every month if they sign up to the subscription. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Overprint and sell a new website. We'll see. That stuff's real expensive. Well, if the campaign does great, I mean, you look at Ethan's campaigns. His campaigns are huge. If the campaign does great, then we'll be able to afford to do that book, to do that. The extra.
When they price it out, you can just ask them what's the marginal cost on doing it soft cover. They have to think in terms of the bindery and if it works. Yeah. But we're going to let Billy go and have an amazing Sunday. Guys, don't remember to subscribe to the channel. Click the bell for notifications. One extra subscriber is actually a huge help. Even that. And you got to share Haikyo if you can't back it today. Even if you have backed it, your share on Twitter or Facebook, is going to help Billy. So let's do that. Yes,
please do that, guys. And right now we are on the verge of $2,000. We got 14 days left.
We can't do it without them.
We can't.
We're not doing nothing without them.
Yeah, without them, we're nothing.
Much love, guys. You guys are the best. Billy, I'll see you Tuesday night. Blevins, I will see you in my nightmares and my dreams.
See you guys
later, guys.
Anytime you want.
Hey, everyone. Thank you for joining us on PopXP. If you haven't already, make sure to click that subscribe button and also click the bell for notifications when we go live and we upload some awesome new content. Also, don't forget to head on over to Twitter and follow us at the PopXP and over on Instagram at the PopXP. Thanks again, everyone, and we'll see you soon.